It is Wednesday. Things that we're thankful for. There's a couple things I got to dish out. And I want to start in Green Bay because, yes, Saquon. And oh my gosh, Monday night, Harbaugh Bowl, Derrick Henry, and what he's doing for his like 8th year in a row. They're stealing the headlines. They're stealing the MVP moments on these sports shows. But we do want to make sure that we are not underreacting to Josh Jacobs. I got a Josh Jacobs loving staff on the Up and Adam show. Hamilton, Tierra, they're putting Josh Jacobs in front of me like you need to be talking about him. It wasn't so much on my radar because I think the other guys are stealing the headlines. And to be honest, I'm probably still trying to process Aaron Jones not being a Packer anymore. But it's working out great for him. And Jacobs is crushing it in Green Bay. It's not getting enough love, but let's look at the best case scenario for everyone and how it's worked out. And we don't want to sleep on what Josh has done. 106 yards, 3 touchdown performance in this win over the Niners. He was the story. He's 3rd in the league, though, which I don't think people know. 3rd in the league in rushing. He's right behind Saquon. He's nipping at the heels of King Henry. And it's the first time that the Packers have had a top 5 ranked run game in over 20 years. He's the constant in this offense, people. He navigated the Jordan Love injury. This Packers team doing their thing. LaFleur not getting enough coach of the year love either. He's putting together, though, Josh Jacobs, really, truly one of the best seasons we've seen from a Packer running back. If you look at this, 85.8 yards per game, 5th highest we've seen from a Packer running back in like 50 years, 60 years, in fact. Yeah, Dorsey Levens, Hamilton's telling me in my ear. This is how psychotic. Dorsey Levens, everybody. That's pretty incredible company, though. Then that's the Vince Lombardi era, Jim Taylor. Amon Green, okay, he's doing it like that. And there's no victory laps for Goody, of course, because as we heard from A.J. Dillon, as we sort of see from Jordan Love's mannerisms, they got bigger fish to fry. This isn't about being a top rusher. They want to string together, and even an 8-3 season, they don't care. They care about January. They care about February, when having a guy that can run like Josh Jacobs is going to be pretty beneficial. Great job by him. By the way, Goody brings in Xavier McKinney. I mean, Hamilton, get in here. Are you joking? You have here, who brought in Xavier McKinney? Not Goody. Are you insane?
I mean, Goody with an assist from you. Is that fair?
Have you lost your mind? I alone with no one. I have firstborns on the way. I have firstborns being named after me. There's a statue of me outside the Oval Office that's being built out of marble. Kevin Durant's not getting a statue, he says. I'm getting a statue for bringing Xavier McKinney here. I can't believe, literally, Hamilton writes me some notes here, but Levens is on here. You're an insane person. Levens, and with all respect to Levens, Dorsey Levens, and of course Amon Green and Jim Taylor, but he literally has in here, great job by Goody bringing in Xavier McKinney, who leads the league in picks.
Yeah.
Shepherd's hook. Derek?
I mean,
no, get him out of here.
You negotiated the contract too? All of it?
Get him out of here. Packers, the 3rd shortest odds to win the NFC right now, by the way. That's a note I like in here. 750, plus 750, guys. If they win over the Dolphins, and we'll ask Gronkowski if they can, that's going to shorten those odds, and I'd like to see that. Okay, next up, here's the other thing we're underreacting to. If you have any, please hit me. Bring it on and Up at Adam show. We've got Garrett Wilson on the way. Gronk's on the way. A little, can Kevin Durant cook? You'll find out here on the program. I want to talk about Tony Pollard. We're keeping the running alive. I'm running from family members' questions on Thanksgiving, but we're talking running backs here. Let's talk about Pollard and the Titans, okay? He carried the ball for 24 times for 119 yards. I apologize. He had a touchdown in this game. Tennessee upset. They looked stunning. Their opponent was stunned. He was really consistently making something out of nothing, wasn't he? Running through tackles, cutback lanes, just incredible. We used to hear things out of Dallas like, oh, can Tony Pollard handle a full workload? Can he blah, 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 blah. This is the featured dude for this offense, and he is 7th in the league in rushing. The Cowboys, needless to say, 31st as a team. They play tomorrow. Enjoy that. This is pretty remarkable, and it deserves some love on our show because, this came with some Hall of Fame shoes to fill, if you look contextually, okay? He's filling in for Derrick Henry. He's filling in behind an O-line that's in the middle of a transition. But if you look, and I'm not going to say he's Derrick Henry, but we're going to do the comp. Why not? Why not? Tony's actually rushed for more yards, okay? more receiving yards, higher yards per carry average than Derrick Henry did this point last season with the Titans, same O-line-ish, okay? He's balling. And I'm glad he had a chance to show it against a great caliber team like the Texans. They head to Washington, you guys. Those Commanders trying to right the ship after a 3-game lull in which Kevin Durant said, focus, stay focused, details are what leads to wins, and they cannot lose their 4th straight. We want to wrap up here with underreactions, giving some love to Brandon Graham. I love Brandon Graham. He's truly one of the best, most vibrant players. Love his energy, and they put him on IR. The Eagles put him on IR. Kind of soul of that team right now. He had a torn triceps that we all saw happen against the Rams. I don't want to underreact to what he has done, what he has continued to do for this squad, everybody, even though he won't be there physically playing. It matters. Here he is in the locker room after talking to reporters. Take a look.
Got a special team right now, and it's time for some people to step on up, you know. But I'm happy just where we at. I'm happy as a team, and if anything, if I was gonna go out, I'm happy with the way, you know, I played today. And you know, I couldn't ask for nothing else, man. With this team that we got, we just got to stay focused, and I'm gonna make sure that as far as, you know, me as a leader, I'm gonna make sure my presence felt as far as that part.
I have no doubt Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith, other edge rushers, they're going to make a presence going forward. Maybe even Shaq Barrett with these rumors going around, though I think if he comes back, it's with Tampa. We'll get to that at some point, I'm sure, our friend of the show. But what, you know, it's just, what does this mean? Is this it for Brandon? This is the last we're going to see of Brandon. We were at Eagles camp in July, not once, not twice, but I've interviewed him. I've been around him. We mentioned retirement. We talked about it. If this is it, he went out, guys, on such a freaking high note, even just Sunday night. Let's just take a look, okay? He told us at camp that he's never, or we told him actually, he didn't know that he's never sacked Matthew Stafford, okay? This is their 6th game against each other. And Stafford, the last quarterback on this Eagles schedule, on the schedule that he had not sacked yet. It was a week after dropping Jaden Daniels in his first ever meeting with him. Graham was flying all over the place. He had 3 quarterback hits. He had 2 TFLs. He had a beautiful pass breakup as well. He has been, and he has been playing out of his mind, not only this year, but especially over the last month. We got to give him love for this. He sacked Stafford last week. It pushes him into 3rd, guys, on the Eagles' all-time sack list. Who's he behind? Trent Cole and only Reggie White, okay? Those last 2 TFLs push him ahead of Cole for the most in franchise history. This is Howie's guy. Howie's like, I want you to help me in the front office. I love you. My first, like, this is heartbreaking, bittersweet, but we're giving him his love just how he'd want it, okay? He has played more games as an Eagle than anyone to ever have put on that winged helmet. Just that alone, let's revel in, okay, people, on this day before Turkey Day. He's 2nd in forced fumbles. The forced fumble on Brady is kind of the first thing everybody thinks, as you should, in the Super Bowl. That is the biggest defensive play and will likely stand that way in Eagles history. Brandon Graham, you can tell he's one of my favorites, right? He is. He's a legend. It is an unbelievable legacy if this is it. And I hope it's not, or it's what he wants. And he's very aware. He knows what's coming. His, you know, the Fletcher Coxes, the Jason Kelce's have gone before him. He's got Lane there. Lane's probably so sad right now. And I'm not saying that this ends here. Brandon is a heartbeat on the team. Luke Kuechly's good first ballot Hall of Famer. He's saying Brandon Graham is going to be as impactful off the field in helping these guys, coaching them up, getting the best out of them, motivating them. I don't know if there's like a pre-retirement tour vibe happening. I don't know what this season really was. But I do think we should listen to what he told me back in July when we were sort of talking about the vibes, the ease of training camp, and comparing it to the ones he had when he was a young rook.
I mean, I could play a couple more years because of how practices are.
Hold on.
I ain't saying it like that, but I'm saying
clip it, send it out. No, I don't need to hear anything else.
I don't want to hear anything else. He's one of my favorites. He's given us iconic memories. Gronk probably doesn't like him because of what he did to Brady, and they won their Super Bowl. You got to respect him, and what a legacy.